Good morning, my friends. And what a beautiful morning it is. I am in a somewhat familiar area, maybe to some of you. Maybe not so familiar to others, but if you're new, you might not have seen this place, but if you've been following me for a while, you probably have. And this is some steep ass country in here as well, which is why I'm here. Because I need to get in shape. I need to get in shape for sheep, so I need to act like a sheep, and I need to hike some steep country. This is an area, I'll show you just how steep this is once we get in here. Look at these. Could be a big black bear. Could be a big black bear in here. Interesting. Very interesting. It's a nice morning. It's kind of cool, and I like that. But we had a little bit of rain, which brings out the bugs, which kind of sucks a little bit. This little creek I'm on now is generally just ripping, and there's barely any water in it at all right now. Barely any water at all. Just a little trickle. Nice and cool down here. And we are gonna eventually we're gonna head up this creek. Probably head up this creek about another 8 kilometers. And then we're gonna drop into the next valley down above us and come out the other end. Look at that beautiful rock. Bunch of quartz in that rock. Quartz means possibly gold. So anyhow, this is a familiar area because hang on a second. Let me get my camera turned around here for you guys. I'm heading up here for now, just because there's a little bit of a waterfall out this way. So I'm gonna head up this bluff and side hill that waterfall. But let me get the camera turned around here for you guys. There we go. There we go. Now you can see my ugly skull. I'm really on high alert. I'm on high alert all the time in the bush, but I'm really on high alert in here, especially because I am right in the area, just up here, just up this creek bed, another probably 2 or 3 kilometers, and I'm gonna go right through there is where I found the carcass hanging in the tree. Remember that video? Remember that one, the carcass hanging up in the tree? So anyways, I'm in that area, and I haven't been back here. I haven't been back here since that day. I don't know if you guys can really see how steep this is, but this is steep, and this is definitely a bear track that I'm following. But legs are stiff in the morning. Definitely a bear track that I'm following, but it's okay because I brought my bear spray with me today. Holy mother. No gun, but I got my bear spray. See how whoa. See how steep that is? That's some steep ass country. So yeah, this is where I found the carcass in the tree a few months back. And I got some video of that. It's on one of my other videos. And this is the first time back to this spot. What are we gonna find this time? What are we gonna find this time? You know what? I'm actually completely all right with finding nothing or seeing nothing. I'm totally all right with that. And like I say, I'm just out getting in shape, doing a hike to get in shape, so I thought I'd bring you guys along. And damn it, this is rugged. Like really rugged. Well, if I fall, you guys are gonna witness it firsthand. Got my inReach, I'm okay. So many people have said to me, hey, I hope you carry an inReach with you. Of course I do, yeah. Try to be as smart as I can out in the bush. I'm not the sharpest tool in the tool shed sometimes, but when it comes to the wilderness, I'm pretty damn smart. I try to be anyways. This steep country is good for the leg burn, let me tell you. Anyways, I thought what I'd do too is because I cannot get Martin's last email out of my head. Our good friend Martin's last email, he included with the second one, so he included like 2 encounters in one email. I just read the one because I didn't know how long it was going to be for me to go through that. So I read the one, and I'm going to read the third one today. And he said to me in his email, he said to me that that this third encounter was kind of for him for him the most significant, and you'll find out why. And I think for me, maybe it is too. So for me, it's probably the most significant, because I am completely over. I'm like, I'm thousands of miles past the point of, do these things exist? Do these people exist? Are they out there? Way past. I'm like, Steve says it all the time, like that's so bottom level. And it is. I'm way beyond that now. So, Martin's last email, or last encounter, is really significant for me. And I think it will be for you guys too. We'll see. And again, I get the odd, I still get the odd jackass that says, why do you bore us with the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes of hiking and talking as you're hiking through the bush? You know what, meatheads? If you don't want to watch it, fast forward it. If you're not smart enough to know that there's a fast forward button, man, you shouldn't be watching videos. Anyways, I've made a commitment to myself to not be negative anymore. So when I get these jackasses making smart ass comments or stupid comments, delete, hide user. Remember, it's my little game now. Anyways, so yeah, I get the odd person still does that. It's like, whatever, you guys. And you know what? I'm going to get this out there too, because I don't know if I've ever said this before. I am not here to try to influence, persuade anybody, or make anybody believe in something they don't want to believe. I really don't give a shit if you believe or don't believe. If you're out there looking for information to satisfy your mind, if you're looking for people's encounters to help sort of ease your mind, or to help you make your own educated decision, that's all I'm doing. People have started sending me emails, and you know what, I kind of totally agree with Steve. If just share them somewhere. I don't give a shit if you don't want to share them with me. This is not what my channel is about. My channel is about this. All right, my channel is about this, the beautiful outdoors, less the fucking bugs. My channel is about the outdoors, but I've always said if people are going to share stuff with me, I'm going to share it with everybody else, and that's exactly what Steve's doing. So I don't care if you share it with me, but share it with somebody, because all it's doing is people that are out there looking for some answers, people that are out there looking for some education on this topic, they're going to get it. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting people emailing me saying, I've never shared this before with anybody, or I've shared this a couple of times with close friends, and that's it. And please feel free to share with the audience. And that's what I'm doing. So, right? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm looking up now because I'm like, what's going to be hanging from the trees this time? Anyways, I'm going to get down this hill here, and we'll find a spot, and we'll get this email of Martin's read out. The frickin' bugs are horrendous. Oh. I wish I lived somewhere that the bugs weren't so bad. They're not bad here in the winter, but holy shit, spring, summer, and early fall, they're bad. Really bad. Man, I've been up. I'm generally an early riser, and always have been my whole life, but lately I've been up I haven't been sleeping. I don't know why, but I haven't. And if anybody's gone through stages of not sleeping, holy shit, does it suck. Like, I probably sleep a total of maybe 4 hours a night, total of actual sleep. I'm in bed for maybe 8 hours or something, but I'm up at least half a dozen times throughout the night, and it sucks. Makes for long days when you're tired, but I don't know what it is. My mind just, I got a lot going on in my mind, and I can't shut my mind off. I go to bed and I think about everything that I've got to do and things coming up and whatnot. So if anybody out there has a remedy, and it has to be a natural remedy, okay? I won't take any man-made drug or anything like that, but if anybody has a natural remedy for sleeplessness, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. So, yeah, sorry I seem a little on edge, but I'm in a friggin' forest, and I'm a long ways from the road here where I am, but I'm in a forest that I know I've been to quite a few times, but I haven't been here since I found the skeleton hanging in the tree. And I'm sitting in a forest, and I'm gonna read a friggin' email that sent shivers up my spine when I read it, and it's about Bigfoot, and I know that the buggers are here somewhere. Maybe not such a good idea. Okay, enough bullshitting about other stuff. I gotta put my eyeballs on. The worst thing ever about getting old is losing your vision. Everything else I can handle, but I can't handle losing my vision because I can't see shit. Holy cow, are the bugs coming out in force now. I'm gonna try to get through this and get the hell out of here. Okay, I'm doing my jacket up. So this was added on as part of Martin's last email that I got. So my last run-in with these guys happened many years later. Although there were times that I heard very strange noises and saw flashes of things that I couldn't really identify, I never had a face-to-face encounter with one until the early 90s. I was running dogs on my line by now, sled dogs, and always believed the dogs would keep most animals at a distance, except for the down wolves and the odd hungry grizz. I think these beings are aware of the dogs, and maybe that's why never saw them for a long time. Anyways, I was about 25 miles upriver from my cabin, and I saw that something had crossed my line, and its tracks in the snow were going through the pines towards the river. It was early December and real cold, so the snow was puffy, and I couldn't make out the tracks really well. I was thinking moose. I anchored the team and put on my snowshoes and started to follow the trail. It was only a quarter mile to the river, so I kept on the tracks. As I got closer to the river, it started to open up, and I could see an animal laying in the snow about 20 feet from the riverbank drop-off. As I got closer, I could see it was a younger bull moose, and it was dead. I got down to the riverbank, made my way down onto the river, and headed for the moose. As I was walking towards it, I'm instinctively looking for predator tracks, as wolves and wolverine will feed on a moose right away. When I got right up to the moose, there was only one set of tracks in the snow, but the snow a couple feet deep at this spot, so I couldn't see what the tracks were. They stopped the dead moose and then walked to the right riverbank and up the steep bank into the trees. What I thought was odd right away was that there was no blood on the moose anywhere that I could see. There was also no wounds that I could see. It looked like it just died there from something. This could be normal with an older large bull or cow, but this bull was probably a 3-year-old, maybe a 30-inch to 36-inch rack, and it appeared to be in decent shape, not skinny at least. I decided I'd go back to the team and grab some traps and snares to set out since nothing had fed on this yet. I grabbed 8 or 10 snares, a pack full of traps, and headed back towards the moose. I set a bunch of snares for the wolves along the riverbank and then placed a bunch of traps around the carcass just under the fluffy snow. I figured I'd have some fur by morning for sure. I carried on another 10 miles or so to one of my line cabins and spent the night there. I spent the first few hours in the next day checking the remaining sets north of the line cabin and then returned there to have lunch. After lunch, I started making my way back to the moose carcass, checking my line as I went. When I got close to where the moose crossed my line, I stopped and anchored the team and strapped on my shoes again. I grabbed my pack, my axe, and headed down to the river. I was moving slowly, watching the direction of my snares for any trapped wolves. As I approached the bank, I could see there were no wolves in my snares. I looked down on the river where the carcass was, where all my traps were set, and couldn't believe my eyes. The moose carcass was gone. I mean, the entire thing was gone. I got down to the carcass. There was no hair, no blood, and no remnants of that moose anywhere. Not one of my traps were sprung either. They were all undisturbed, so I began retrieving them and putting them in my pack. When I was done, I stood there staring at the tracks going away from where I was. Sorry guys, I'm just reading as this is typed here, so going away from where I was, across the river and up the steep bank on the other side. So the tracks, there was tracks that went across the river to the other side and up the steep bank. Wow. It was right then that I said to myself, one of those big bastards took that whole damn moose. Then I started to think, did they kill the moose? And did I scare them away yesterday as I approached with the dogs? Or did they just find the dead moose and then come back and take it? I'll never know for sure, but I bet the bank that they did take it. I'm here to tell you, there's no other animal out there that could pick up a 600 or 700 pound moose and carry it away. Absolutely not. Okay, I don't give a shit who you are. I have seen grizzlies drag animals. They're not going to carry it away like that. So you're damn right, Martin. I'll talk a little bit more about that after. There was no bloody drag marks in the snow at all. Not even going up the steep bank. Just a set of tracks in the deep snow. Could a grizzly drag a moose? Yes, but it couldn't carry it away. not an animal that size. I'll ask you if you think there's another animal is capable of doing that. I told my neighbor this a few months later when I saw him on the line, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'll bet you one of the wild men grabbed it and buggered off with it," in quotation. Also in quotation, they got to eat too, Martin. This is the only friend that I ever believed. This is the only friend that ever believed what I said about these beings. My other two friends basically called me a liar, which I'll tell you, I'm not. I believe you, dude. I totally believe you. I spent most of my life tracking and trapping animals in the north, and I know what's out there. I've seen them, but I'm also still here to talk about it. I'm looking forward to our phone call, young fella. I've got lots that I want to share with you. If you have the time during your hunting trip to drop in for a coffee, my door's always open. I'm happy to be able to call you a friend, as I don't have more than 4 of them, including you. I'll talk to you soon, Darren. Keep living your life. All the best, Martin. Wow. So when I was thinking I might read one more of email from somebody else, but I'm not gonna because the frickin' bugs are driving me nuts. But when I talked to Marvin, I got a good buddy of mine by the name of Marvin. He's my next door neighbor out on the West Coast. And I was just talking to him last night, and I've done that a couple times, Marvin. But anyways, when I was yakking with Martin, he mentioned to me that there was another trapper north of him that had a line, and they'd see each other once in a while on the line, and they were pretty good friends. And I think he said that guy's still trapping, but and then he did say he said he doesn't have very many people in town. He spent all his life alone by himself. He has a few friends in town that he goes and visits and has coffee with and whatnot. And yeah, when he said that to me, he's like, this friend of his that he met on the line was the only one that really believed him when he told him about what he witnessed out there. And the other people just kind of shrug it off and joke or whatever. And yeah, you spent too much time in the bush, old man, or whatever. And God Almighty, like that honestly just breaks my heart, because for somebody to say that, for somebody to tell you something that's happened to them, and especially, I say it again, especially a guy like this that's spent 10 times more time in the bush than I have, for him to be willing to share, with you, and you to go laugh it off and go, yeah, whatever, Jesus, you're crazy, old man. What a fucking show of disrespect. And man, if I ever witnessed somebody doing that, I'd grab them and knock their damn teeth out, because you're calling that person a liar, and that I got no time for that whatsoever. I don't care who it is, but you know what? We need to listen to our elders. We need to listen to these experiences, these encounters, and listen to these people, because we could learn something, right? Anyways, like I think he said he had 3 or 4 people that he had told about this over the years, and one person believed him. Crazy. You know, I get it. It's not something that you just talk about or whatever, because chances are 8 out of 10 people that you talk to are going to think you're nuts, and whatever. So be it. I think they're nuts for not being open-minded and listening. That's what I think. So anyways, I'm going to phone Martin again. We're going to have a way longer phone call. I'm going to maybe try to call him. I might try to call him on Wednesday or Wednesday night, because I've got nothing going on Wednesday night. So I might see if I can line up a phone call with him on Wednesday night and have a really good bullshit with him, because I don't know. He kind of reminds me of my grandfather and my grandfather and my uncle. were they were my buddies, Gordon and Stan, and obviously they're long gone now, but they were my buddies. And my grandpa and I hunted together so much and fished together, and Martin kind of reminds me of them, just the way he talks and the way he tells you of his encounters and his experiences just in the bush and stuff. Like, just the way he talks reminds me of them. And sorry about that, my friends. Had that happen a couple of times, and it's frickin' bizarre. I'm just filming away, and the camera completely freezes and stops recording. And I don't know why. It's bizarre. And I just noticed I was talking there, and the camera just froze for a second. Absolutely froze. The screen went white, and then it stopped recording. So I powered it off, turned it back on. Here we are. Anyways, I was just saying about my grandfather. Like, yeah, my grandpa and I were really good buddies, and I used to sit and talk to my grandpa for hours. My grandpa was in the war. He was a logger his whole life, and man, I could literally sit and listen to him for hours. He was an early riser. We'd get up early in the morning, and I'd sit and have coffee with him, and we'd just talk. And lots of times when he got older, and you know, before he passed away, I would just go visit him and have a coffee with him, and he would tell me stories and stuff. And I was, you know, I was in my 40s, for God's sakes, and I just sit and listen to him like a little kid. And that's how I feel with Martin. It's awesome. So will I get up there to see him when I go hunting? I don't think so, because I go hunting with a good buddy of mine, and I'm sure he doesn't want to trek up to further into the Yukon. So probably not, but you never know, Martin, my friend. Maybe someday. I will sure make an attempt someday to do it. Maybe when I retire, that'll be my first trip. Go hang out for a few days with Martin. Anyhow, I think that's going to be it for now, because the bugs are driving me friggin' bananas. I got to get the hell going. And I'm going to probably walk by where the carcass was hanging in the tree. Maybe it's still there, maybe it's not. I don't know, we'll check it out. So, anyways, I was going to read another email from Chris or one of the other ones, but I think I'll save that for another day. I've got you're probably going to see my fishing video before this video. I got my fishing video edited up for you, so, and it's just fishing and ocean and beautiful scenery. So if you're just here to hear about Sasquatch, Bigfoot, or whatever, then that video might not be for you. But if you love beautiful scenery and fishing and whatnot, then you might enjoy it. Well, does this look familiar to anyone? We're damn near at the tree where the carcass was hanging. And it's gone. Oh no. Holy shit, there ain't much left. That's all that's left. Little pile of bones. Little pile of bones. So that's the tree. carcass was in, and probably right about there. It was probably about 12 feet up. So right about that branch there, hanging on that branch. And as you can see, there ain't much left. There ain't much left. Anything could have pulled that out of the tree though, right? Like, you know, really ravens or anything. Ravens, cougar, could have ripped that down out of the tree, and then all the scavenger